Hi everyone, hi, I'm Mickey, as you know. Some of you have been here before and we've practiced together either online or in the room. Some of you are new. Welcome you people, welcome to Yoga World. And today we're going to start by sitting. And I always encourage and insist that you, practices and cultivates a very stable sitting position for practicing yoga and practicing meditation and for practicing breath work, anything like that. If you look at these pictures of old yogis when you open out these books, what are they doing most of the time? Sitting. So I've got this wonderful thing that I actually bought in India when I was last there, and it's called a meditation cushion. And it's just exactly the right amount of firmness. You can see that it's quite big, and it opens up like this, so it can be flat, or it closes like this. And I like sitting on it like this. It's a cushion, so it has a little bit of spring, but I find that generally your normal cushions or your pillows that you have on your couch and stuff like that, they're a little bit too soft, so you kind of end up that you kind of get morphed into it. And this is great. I'm sure if you go online and search for a meditation cushion, you'll probably be able to find something like this if you haven't got something already. Alternatively, which I have used for many, many years before I had that gorgeous meditation cushion, is a brick. Because it's nice and stable, it's just about the right height. These are quite big, my bricks are quite big. It's just about the right height, and it just helps to like lift you off the floor, because there's a tendency when we're sitting on the floor to be a little bit more kind of morphed into that floor. Whereas when you're sitting on the brick or the cushion, you're sitting upright and you have a nice and easy sense of that lift. So we're going to start sitting. Left heel is always in first. Left heel's always in first. Right heel's always in front. Yeah? So sitting up there, just give your shoulders a nice little shake off. Elbows slightly bent, hands are resting on the knees. So then you have this, what we call a triangle of space underneath the armpits here. So you can just rest. Shoulder blades are just sliding down the back so that it's not this, but it's not this either. You're not leaning forward, but you're not slouching back. And something in between those two is a neutral position for the pelvis. So we very much have a tendency now, and I see this a lot, is to have these kind of slouched forward shoulders that look a little bit more like this kind of humpback position. And you know, you really want to, when you come onto your mat, to really feel how you are sitting there and rolling the shoulders back. Give them a little shuffle out of the way. Chin very, very slightly tucked in so that the back of the neck is long, and that you have that sense that the tailbone right at the bottom of the spine is pointing down. It's pointing down. So it's not pointing back behind you, but equally it's not tucking under. It's not pointing that way. It's pointing down. So just take a couple of minutes, seconds, really, to feel that. Just to feel it, to feel the sit bones sitting there on there, so that you feel like from here down has a sense of stability about it, sense of stability, so that you can sit there for hours and hours and hours and hours and hours practicing your breathing and meditating. Yeah. So chin nice and tucked in, and beginning, we're just going to bring the eyes down to a point on the floor. So a point on the floor that's not down there, so that you're not dropping down. A point on the floor that the eyes can just nice and organically, if you like, just rest onto a point in the floor. And that could be a little bit of dust or a little dot or as a little something on the floor there. And just let the eyes come down to that. And we're just going to practice at this beginning mindfulness. So mindfulness, a big popular buzzword in Western culture. Oh, I'm doing this so mindfully. But what does that actually really mean? What does that actually really mean? And to be mindful is to be aware, to start tuning, to practice mindfulness. You're starting to tune up that awareness. So as you sit here on your cushion or on your brick or on a book, wherever you're sitting, and you're bringing your eyes down into that point in the floor. The eyes are not closed yet. Down into that point in the floor. You're just becoming aware of how you are sitting, how easy or not. I know it's tempting to look at the screen because I'm talking, it's always tempting to look at the person who's talking. But see if you can just bring that down onto the floor. And now close down the eyes. So let the eyelids just softly close down, but like a curtain on a stage, so that behind the eyelids starts to become dark and quiet and calm, so that there's nothing there, there's no screen there at the back of the eyes. There's just this sense of nothingness there. And now notice what's happening inside, the subtle movements of the body. Diaphragm lowers, ribs expand, heart is beating. That subtle movements. Noticing, just noticing. Not thinking, oh God, what am I doing now? Just looking. So you're looking from the inside out. And you're feeling and noticing how deep that breath is, meaning are you breathing up in the top part of the lungs? And you're hardly even really waiting for the exhale before the next inhale comes in. So let's see if we can deepen the breath, elongate the inhale, but really focusing on the exhale. Let's inhale together for a count of 5. 5. Pause there at the top, and then exhaling all the way down for 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. We get down there, let's get that exhale and a little bit of an extra, just to make sure all the air is out, and pause there. And then inhaling again for 5. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, expanding the ribs, pausing at the top. And then fully exhaling, really noticing how what's happening as you start to exhale all the way down, and pause at the bottom. Maybe that little bit of extra air out. And that little bit of extra air out helps the tummy to relax. It helps the navel drop in. Once more, inhaling fully. Pausing at the top. Exhaling fully. Pausing at the bottom. Continue that at your own pace and see if you can slow down the count of 5 and slow down the exhale of 5. Noticing the subtle changes so that you're really focused on what's happening inside. You're listening to what I'm saying as I guide you through this, but the focus point is that breath, the movement from the inside out. Really being mindful and switching and turning up the awareness on that breath. And just noticing how that's all that you're thinking about, that the mind is starting to slow down. You know, yogis came to understand thousands of years ago that the breath is a backdoor to the mind, and that by subtle breathing technique like this, even just this very simple pranayama technique, you're already starting to slow down and calm down and coming down to land, to really be in this moment right here on this seat, on this mat, in this room, wherever you are, preparing for the day or the evening. And see if in the exhale, noticing that now as you continue to exhale, there's maybe a sense of being able to dislodge some of that tension that sits around here, sits around here in the center of the body. So if you can let go of that tension as you fully exhale. We're going to do 2 more of these together. So inhaling fully, pausing at the top, exhaling fully all the way down. Inhaling fully, pause, exhale fully. Lips are gently closed, so there's no tension in the mouth, and that the space between the eyebrows is starting to open up, so that when the eyebrows are starting to move away from each other, and just see if you can notice this. Notice this as the eyebrows move away, because when you're frowning, the eyebrows kind of close in, the face kind of closes in. Let's see if we can let go. Look at that face with the eyes closed, just like you're looking in the mirror at yourself. Look at that face as the face starts to open up and becomes more open, as you're becoming more open and aware and sensitive to what's happening inside. So the practice of yoga helps us to tune up our sensitivity, not just to what's happening around us, but what's happening inside of us, that we notice more. This is mindfulness and awareness, noticing, what am I doing here? What's actually going on? Without letting the thinking mind try and translate and drill down into that. Just let that just land. Just let that land, and don't let the mind take over and start to go, oh, what's happening next? Let's not worry about what's happening next. I'm going to guide you through this short flow. You don't need to think about what's happening next, because I'll be telling you what to do. Let's move off that brick or that cushion and just put it over to one side and come onto the mat and come onto tabletop. So tabletop, hands, the thumbs are pointing towards each other. This is your hand configuration. So your hands don't look like this and they don't look like this. They're really, really set in that position. So that index finger is pointing to 12 o'clock and you're spreading the hands out from there so that the arms become long and are not leaning down, so the shoulders are not hunched. If you like, the shoulders and blades are moving away from each other as I make my arms longer. You can see I go from this to this. The lower back, the pelvis is in a neutral position so that the lower back here is not collapsed and my tummy's not kind of hanging out there. There's an engagement there. So I get that pelvis into that neutral position. Knees are underneath the hips and the knees are hip distance apart. So that hip distance is like one of your foot distance apart. Neck, looking down at the mat, neck is long. And just becoming again, once again, just like that seating position, to become stable. It's not rigid. Stability is not rigid. I'm not holding, I'm not gripping, I'm not leaning in. I'm just becoming stable. And there's a sense of quietness about that stability. Nice and quiet and long. And I'm just taking my time. I'm not even rushing into this. I've set the time to get on the mat and extend the right leg back. Tuck the toes under on that right foot and push back through the heel so that the right leg, the muscles on the right leg become active, and you might get a nice juicy stretch on the back of the calf. Extend the left arm forward, rotate the left hand so that the palm faces in, and as you're looking down, that bicep on the left hand is next to the ear. Now you can lift the right foot off. The right foot, the right heel on the right foot is the same height as the middle finger on the left hand. Try not to lean into this right hand and collapse into it, because you're still this very stable. And that stability comes from this engagement of all these muscles. Inhale fully, and then on the exhale, we're going to draw the forehead, elbow, and the knee together and the chin into chest. Inhale, extend, nice and long. Exhale, forehead, elbow, knee. Inhale, extend long. Try not to lean, just noticing. 3. Inhale, extend. So that inhale takes me all the way to the extended position. And the exhale finishes when I come in. Last one. Inhale, extend, nice and long. Bend that right knee and reach around with the left hand. Take hold of the front of the right ankle and lift the right knee up. Look forward. Push the foot into the hand so that you open up that left shoulder. Inhale fully. Exhale, hand down, knee down. Stability. Inhale. We're going to come into what's called cat and cow. But in cat and cow, we're going to use the breath. It's the breath that instigates the movement. It's not the movement that instigates the breath. So I don't move and then breathe. I breathe to move. So we're moving, if you like, from the inside out. We're maintaining that mindfulness so that when you come into cat and cow, there's a tendency to kind of flip the head around like this. So you're sort of moving in this kind of position. We want to do the opposite of that. We want to open up. So as you inhale, you're organically opening up the front. And as you exhale, we're doing that dislodge. We're letting go as we bring the chin into chest. So let's do that together. Inhale, open up. Rotate the arms and extend, stretch the front of the throat. So rather than kind of compressing the back of the neck, stretch the front of the throat so the whole of the front of the body is open. And when you exhale, the movement starts here as the diaphragm lifts and the navel's drawn in and the pelvis just turns organically, chin into chest. Inhale fully. So inhale, opening up the ribs, stretching the front of the body, opening up the whole of the front line, and exhale fully. Draw that navel in, chin into chest last. Inhale fully. So the movement is happening very organically with the breath. Exhale fully. Chin in nice and tight. That extend across the shoulder blades. Inhale fully. Rotating the pelvis. Coming up the spine one by one. Exhale fully. And then inhale back to tabletop. Stability again. Just take your time to just notice that stability before you extend the left leg back. Hang on. Yeah, it is the left leg. Something about practice of yoga that makes me very scatty in my left and right. Left foot back, left heel tucked under, right arm forward, bicep next to the ear, lifting off the left foot, and trying not to lean into the left hand so I'm not collapsing down. I'm lifting up. Inhale fully, exhale, forehead, elbow, knee, chin in tight. Inhale, extend, long. Exhale, forehead, elbow, knee. Inhale, extend. Exhale. Inhale. Exhale. Inhale, long. Exhale, small. Inhale, long. Stay there, bend the left knee, reach back with the right hand, and you're pushing the foot into the hand and lifting the left knee up and looking forward as you open up the front of that right shoulder. It feels quite juicy there. Big inhale, fully exhale, hand down, knee down. Stability, cat and cow. Inhale fully. Exhale fully, chin in. Inhale, open up. Exhale, chin into chest. Inhale, 3. Exhale. Inhale, 4. Exhale. And then back to that tabletop, that stable position. Step the right foot forward. You step the right foot forward. You step the foot to the edges of the mat and the foot's in front of the knee. The fingers are back here and they're inside that right knee. Tuck the toes under on the left foot and walk those fingers forward so you come into a lovely juicy lunge. Circle the arms around so you get a big rotation. Bring the palms together at the top. Look up. Inhale fully. Exhale. Sit back on that heel. Nice juicy stretch at the back of the right hamstring. Sweep the fingers along the floor so you get nice and low. That tailbone's low. Inhale up. Exhale back. Inhale up, 3. Exhale, sitting back as far back as you can. Use the hands if you need to. Inhaling up, opening up the front of that left hip. Exhale back, 4. Inhale up, exhale back, 5. Inhale up, exhale the hands down, step the foot back, stable. Cat and cow. Inhale fully. Maybe we can pick up the pace a little bit. Exhale fully. Inhale fully. Really feeling it. Close your eyes. Exhale fully. So that you can really bring your attention to that breath. Inhaling fully. Opening up the chest. Exhale fully. Draw the navel in. One more. Inhaling fully. Opening up the throat. And then exhale, back to tabletop, stable, stability. Stepping the left foot forward. So the left foot goes in front of the hand, the fingers are back here and tucking under the right toes. Walk the fingers forward so you're getting that lovely juicy lunge at the front of the right hip. Oh, circle the arms around, looking up, exhale, sitting back. Inhaling up, exhale back. All these are all very, very simple, and with continued practice, if you practice this every day or every other day, you will very quickly notice your improved mobility, improved mood, because progress improves our mood. Last one, inhale up, then bring the hand down, step the foot back, tabletop. Cat and cow. Inhale. Exhale. Inhale. Exhale. Inhale, that opening up. Inhale, continue. Exhale, the chin in tight. Inhale, open. Exhale, come in. And then last one, inhale fully. Exhale back to tabletop. We can rotate around now to the side of the mat and step the right foot out. The right instep, the inside of the right foot is level with the side of the right mat. Coming up, bringing that pelvis into the neutral position. So again, you're not sticking the tail out, but you're not flaring the ribs out. Extend the arms out, so looking at the front middle finger on the right hand. So you're in this, what could be like a mini warrior 2. Bring the forearm to that right thigh and extend the left arm over. So extend the left arm over. For some people, maybe a little bit more flexible, a little bit more space, you can bring your fingers to the outside of that right foot. But keep the weight also back on the back knee, so you're not collapsing forward. You're actually quite upright so that you really get that extension. Inhale through the center, put the left hand on the left hip and right hand over the top. Inhale fully. Exhale fully. Inhale. Exhale. Inhale. And exhale back to mini warrior 2. Bring the right knee down. Let's go straight to the other side. Left foot out. Looking at the left hand. Either the forearm with the right arm over the top or the fingers to the floor. Inhale full. Again, trying not to collapse forward so there's not this sense of collapse. But actually what you want is to have some weight on that back knee so that you really get this extension coming up and over and out the top middle fingers. Inhale through the center, hand on the hip. Extend the left arm over. Inhale. Exhale. Inhale. inhale, exhale, inhale, exhale. Again, a great little sequence to help with that mobility. Exhale. Inhale back to that mini warrior two. Bring the knees together and then tuck the toes under, and we're going to sit back in a toe squat. Sitting back in toe squat. Hands are resting on the knees. Again, that chin very slightly tucked in so that the back of the neck is long. Toe squat, if you've not done toe squat before, and this is your first time doing it, you're probably thinking right now, oh my God, my feet. Don't worry too much about that, because for most people, it's oh my God, that feet. We're going to add a twist in to help us to just distract ourselves away from those feet. Again, arms out wide. You're going to bring the left hand to the outside of the right thigh, and with the right arm, you're going to wrap it around the back of the waist. Inhale fully, exhale, rotate and twist, but keep the weight on the back of the heels. Inhale fully, exhale. Inhale fully, exhale. Inhale back through center, and you're going to go straight to the other side. Right hand at the outside of the left thigh. Rotate. Inhaling fully. You inhale fully, sit up. You exhale, rotate and twist. Inhale, exhale, rotate and twist. Rotate. Inhale and exhale, come through the center. You'll be glad to know we're coming out of toe squat. So lift the toes up, give them a little bit of a shake. Rotate the ankles in one direction and the other direction. I'm not a fan of that banging the front of the feet down. I'm not a fan of banging the front of the feet down anywhere. Sitting back, bringing the feet out in front of you, extending and lengthening. Let's give those feet another little wriggle. Your feet, very important piece of our body kit, and it's good to look after them. And what I also like about toe squat, it just reminds us of our feet. It sounds absolutely mad, but very often when we're caught up with the mechanics of daily life, we forget these very simple things like our feet. So we're going to step the right foot in, and then you're going to bring that right foot as high as you can to the inside of the left thigh, and then open up the right knee towards the floor, wherever that is for you. You're looking now at the left big toe, and your inhale, extend. Remember, inhale opens up. So open up. And then when you exhale, you're drawing the navel in and you're bringing the hands. So I'm looking at the big toe and I'm coming down towards the big toe. So the forehead, the full posture is where the forehead meets this janu point at about 4 fingers below the knee. That's where the full pose is going. Today, for you, you'd be better off in this kind of position or this kind of position than this kind of collapsed position with the chin tucked in and the shoulders are very hunched. See if you can get the shoulders out of the way so that you're focusing on long and lovely long back rather than collapse. Yeah? Looking long. 3, 4, and on 5 we're going to come up. We're going to go straight to the other side. So step the left foot in as high up as on the inside of the right thigh as you can. Open up the left knee, flexing the right foot. And again, inhale, create that space. Create space and length here and here. And on the exhale, you go, whoa. It's like you're trying to catch something that's way over there. So you're not dropping the ball down here. Try to go way over there, and that creates that length. And so the full posture again, the right rib will be touching the right thigh and the forehead will be down. Breathing there. Again, it could be here, it could be up here, wherever you are today. 3, 4, and then on 5, let's bring that, come up. Lengthen the legs out in front of you again. We're going to twist now. So step the right foot in and step the right foot over the left. Reach length forward with the left arm and wrap that left elbow around the right knee so the knee's in that elbow. Inhale, exhale, rotate again. focusing on what's happening in the inside, and maybe even if it's easier for you to do that by closing the eyes, that's the time to do it. The right hand just at the fingertips behind the back there. So inhale fully, exhale, rotate and twist. Inhale, exhale, twist. If you suffer from stiff lower back, especially if you get up in the morning, doing some twists is a great way to release the tension in that lower back. And then exhale, release. Let's go all the way over to the other side to just release that. Set the left in. So left goes over right. Bring the foot as high as you can, but keeping the sole of the foot on the floor. And then it's right arm that wraps around the elbow, wraps around the knee. Inhale fully, and then you exhale, you rotate and twist. So you're rotating, so it's the navel that comes around. Don't worry about too much about looking behind you with the head. We're not focusing on what the neck's doing in this. We're trying to rotate and release tension in the lower back. Inhale fully, exhale, rotate and twist. Keep rotating, keep sitting up, keep twisting around, stay focused. Inhale fully, exhale fully, inhale, and then exhale, coming back through the center. Extend the legs out front of you. Now we're going to come towards the front of the mat and step the feet in. We're going towards our finishing off now. Send the arms out and then lengthening the back, that lovely long back. So rather than collapsing down, see if you could just come down, bringing the lower back down, and then one vertebra at a time. So lengthen along the spine and the arms come out nice and wide. Extend the right leg up towards the ceiling and then extend the left leg up so that you're in an L shape. What you don't want to be doing here is this kind of thing, where the lower back's rolled off the floor. If anything, you're doing the opposite of that. And the soles of the feet are facing the ceiling. So it's quite a dynamic posture, and you do have to use a bit of core strength there to do that, but we're not being too hard on ourselves because this is just our daily wake up and go kind of vibe. Or the end of the day, just release tension. And we're going to bring the knees in towards the chest and then wrap the arms around the knees. Bring the forehead in, nice and juicy squeeze. Oh, lovely. Then put the head down again, that long back of the neck. Relax the left hand to the floor, and with the right hand, bring the knees to the floor on the right side. Shuffle the hips towards the center, and then very gently release both arms, tuck the right shoulders under, and you're not just turning the head to look towards the left, you're very gently twisting from the waist up, you're twisting towards the left, and from the waist down, you're deeply twisting towards the right. So when you practice this again and again, this flow, you can do this twist and stay in it for as long as you like, fully inhaling. And when you exhale, let's bring the attention back to the exhale and you relax the tummy in the exhale. Inhale, fully expand the breath across all the way up to the collarbones. Exhale, fully relaxing down. And noticing that if you don't watch out for that exhale, that can actually become quite tense there. You can end up tensing up. Inhale, bring the knees back to center, bring the hips back to center. Let's straighten the legs in the middle again, that lovely L shape. And then bring the knees into chest, and if it feels good and you'd like to do that little squeeze, oh, it does, Mickey. Put the right hand down and you're taking the knees to the floor on the left and shuffle the hips to the center, extending both arms out. And again, that gentle twist to the right from the waist up, deep twist to the left from the waist down. And again, you can stay here as long as you feel like. When you're playing this on repeat, and maybe you've done it a couple of times, you'll know at the point where you just go, oh, you know what, I know what's going to happen next. I'm just going to stay here for a bit, to really relax into it, to really focus on that exhale with the tummy relaxing down. Inhale, create space. Exhale, relax down. Once more. Inhale, create space. Exhale, relax. Nice and slowly bring those knees back to center. Let's straighten the legs in the middle again. And then we're going to bring the legs slowly down to Shavasana for a count of 10. 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Inhaling fully, exhaling fully, and then make a fist with your hands and tense the hands, tense the shoulders up towards the ears, squeeze the buttocks, tense the thighs, flex the feet, squeeze the face, tense the face, tense, 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 then relax. And now you're in Shavasana. So staying there in Shavasana, let's come back to that breathing. Let's come back to that noticing. So that lying there on the floor, you're able to, with the eyes closed, maybe, or just the gaze low, notice the subtle differences. And notice the subtle differences between what it's like in there now to what it was like an hour ago. What it was like an hour ago. Again, just noticing. Now let the mind kick in and try to look. It's a big difference between searching for something, sending the spiders out looking for problems, or just going, yeah. You know what, Mickey? I'm feeling pretty good. I'm really pleased that I got to the mat today. And then at the end of the next exhale, coming up to sit, rolling over onto one side and coming up to sit. Let's get back on our little cushions or our little bricks or wherever that's seating and come back to that seating position. The left heel in, the right heel in front, with the hands rested on the knees and the elbows slightly bent, chin tucked in, very slightly so that the back of the neck is long. And then once again, point on the floor, with the eyes open, and then just closing the curtains once again. Let's bring the palms and the thumbs together at the forehead for right thoughts. Let's lower the thumbs and the palms to the lips for right words. And to the heart for right actions. Namaste, everyone. Have an absolutely wonderful day, evening, week, month, whatever it is for you. And thank you for joining me, and I'll catch up with you on the mat again soon.